Dogs speak a quiet language, and the truth is, many of us miss it at first. We often look for love in obvious ways: tail wags, excited greetings, playful energy. But some of the deepest emotions a dog shares are much softer than that. They appear in the small moments. The way your dog stays near you, watches you closely, relaxes beside you, or gently leans into your presence. To the human eye, these may seem ordinary, but in a dog's emotional world, they can mean something profound. These quiet behaviors often reveal how safe your dog feels with you. They reflect trust, attachment, and a sense of emotional security that cannot be forced. It can only be built over time. In other words, your dog may be telling you, without a single word, "You are my safe place." And once you begin to notice these signals, something changes in you too. You stop seeing your dog as simply well-behaved or affectionate. You begin to understand the heart behind the behavior. And that shift, learning to hear the silent language of trust, can deepen your bond in one of the most beautiful ways possible. When a dog leans their full body into you, it may look like a small, ordinary moment, but emotionally, it can mean something very deep. Dogs do not rest their weight on just anything. They lean on what feels steady, familiar, and safe. So when your dog presses their body against your leg, your side, or your feet, they may be saying something beautiful without words. "I feel calm with you. I trust you enough to let go." That kind of leaning is not weakness. It is not clinginess in the way people sometimes imagine. In many cases, it is confidence inside the relationship. Your dog believes you will stay steady. They believe your presence can hold them, physically and emotionally. That is why this gesture feels so tender. It is trust made visible through the body. If you think about it, people do something similar too. We relax more deeply around those who feel like home. Dogs live that truth in a very honest way. So the next time your dog leans into you, don't dismiss it as a habit. Pause for a moment and feel what it really is: a quiet sign that in your presence, they feel safe enough to rest. When a dog sits or lies down with their back turned toward you, many people misunderstand it. It can look like distance or even a lack of interest, but in a dog's emotional world, it often means the exact opposite. By turning their back, they are exposing one of the more vulnerable parts of their body. They are choosing not to monitor you, not to stay guarded, not to keep you in constant view. And that choice speaks volumes. In a quiet way, your dog may be saying, "I don't need to watch you because I trust you." More than that, they may be trusting you to hold the space, to notice what they no longer need to watch for themselves. That is a very special kind of safety. Dogs do not fully relax just anywhere or with just anyone. So when they turn their back and remain close, it is often a sign of maximum ease in your presence. Not tension, not uncertainty, but comfort. The kind of comfort that says, "I can let my guard down here." And sometimes, that is one of the most beautiful forms of trust a dog can give. When your dog steps into your path or chooses to lie right where you're about to walk, it can seem a little inconvenient, even a little funny, but very often, it is not random at all. It is a quiet way of saying, "I want to be part of this moment with you." Dogs do not always ask for connection with noise or urgency. Sometimes they do it gently. They place themselves in your space, not to control you, but to be noticed, to be near, to be included. It is a peaceful kind of greeting, soft, calm, and emotionally open. Your dog is not demanding too much. They are simply saying, "I feel safe enough to come close." And there is something beautiful in that. By lying in the places you pass through most, near the kitchen, the hallway, the doorway, the side of your bed, they are quietly weaving themselves into the rhythm of your daily life. Almost as if they're saying, "Where you go matters to me. Being near you matters to me." So the next time your dog gently blocks your path, pause before stepping around too quickly. You may be looking at a small act of love, belonging, and trust. If this touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves dogs deeply. When your dog follows you from room to room, it may not look dramatic. No barking, no begging, no obvious demand. Just those quiet footsteps behind you as you move through the kitchen, the hallway, the bedroom, the living room. And because it happens so often, many people stop noticing it. But emotionally, that small act can mean a great deal. Dogs do not always stay close because they want something. Sometimes they stay close because you are the thing that helps the world feel steady. Your presence becomes part of their sense of order, comfort, and safety. In a world they understand through scent, routine, tone, and closeness, being near you can feel like a form of emotional security, and maybe that is what makes this behavior so touching. Your dog is not following you because they need constant entertainment. They're following because your presence matters. Whether they walk directly at your heels or simply remain a few steps behind, the message is often the same. I feel calmer when I know where you are. That is not just habit. It is companionship in its quietest form. So the next time your dog trails behind you from one room to the next, try seeing it with softer eyes. It may be one of the simplest ways they say, without words, life feels better when I can be near you. When your dog brings you a toy, an old sock, or even a random leaf from outside, it may look silly on the surface, easy to laugh at, easy to dismiss. But in a dog's emotional world, that little offering can carry a beautiful kind of meaning. Dogs do not share valuable things with just anyone. What they carry in their mouth often matters to them, something familiar, comforting, fun, or connected to their daily life. So when they choose to bring it to you, they may be doing more than asking you to throw it or play. They may be saying, "This matters to me, and you matter to me too." That is what makes the gesture so touching. The value is not in the object itself. It is not about whether the gift is useful, impressive, or even logical. The meaning lives in the trust behind it. Your dog is taking something they care about and placing it inside your shared space, almost as if they want that little thing to become more special because it now belongs to both of you. And maybe that is what love often looks like in the animal world, not grand speeches, but simple offerings. A quiet way of saying, "I feel safe with you. I want to share my little world with you." In the end, the deepest parts of life with a dog are often the quietest ones, not the big moments, not the expensive gifts, not the perfectly planned routines, but the small, almost invisible things, the way they lean into you, follow you from room to room, rest with their back turned, or bring you something they treasure. These simple behaviors remind us that your dog is connected to you far more deeply than you may realize, even on the days when you doubt yourself. And maybe that is the real beauty of the bond. The strongest relationships are not always built through grand gestures. They are built through presence, through repetition, through those soft, ordinary moments that say, "I trust you. I feel safe here. I want to be near you." When you begin to notice these signals, something changes. You stop asking, "Does my dog really love me?" And you start seeing the answer everywhere in their body, their choices, their silence, and their calm. That is what understanding does. It makes love feel gentler, clearer, and more mutual. And sometimes, the more closely you listen to your dog's quiet language, the more you realize that you have been deeply loved all along.